Alright, what's good everyone? I'm gonna try to do this without a script. So, this is War 9, the most recent war. My team is Torch, White Mags, and Odin to place pre-fights. First up we have a Dragon Man. Right here, he's actually a pretty good placement because if you knock him down, you place an armor break on Dragon Man, and what that does, I think most people know by now. He actually degens you if he has an armor break. So, ideally, you never want to knock him down. And I kept reminding myself, don't knock him down. And guess what I do? Of course, I knock him down. But that wasn't until like towards the end here. But this is Human Torch with pre-fights. The fight's going down really, really quick. You can see I threw my SP1 there, and I was like, oh, I forgot specials knock him down. And I started to get degen, but it only took off like 3%, so it's really not a big deal. That's the end of that fight. Only lost 3%, and I'm not even, and that's the last time I'm using Torch for this war. And next up, we have this Kingpin here. I took this exact placement the last war, and it went really smoothly. So basically what you want to do here is don't throw your SP1s and 2s. You don't want to place any sort of debuffs on Kingpin. He will shrug them off, and the node makes him unblockable if he purifies 3 debuffs, and he'll also start gaining like 7% more combat power. So, and ideally, you really want to bait out his SP1s. The SP2 is pretty annoying because it makes it go unstoppable, and it's a pretty long unstoppable, and
Not
it's
quite pleasant,
gonna
is it?
stall out the fight. Probably make some more mistakes, but the SP3 from White Mags only gives me a cruelty, no debuff, so that's ideally why I want to throw SP3s over here. I placed on a 200% power back boost, so that's really, really helpful. And right there, I don't know what happened. Actually I do. It's my grandpa reaction speed.
Oh, that's one.
I'm getting old. Yeah, I don't think that was a input error. I think that was a input in my brain error. But okay. Anyways, that's pretty much all. That's pretty much this fight. Throw your SP3s and repeat. I'll commentate later.
Hey, what are you doing? Are you skipping through this part? Well, I don't blame you. It's pretty boring here. I'm getting kind of bored here. So, I want to play a little game. It's called, hold on. Guess how many fingers I'm holding up? I'll pin your comment if you get the right answer.
And next up is another. This is the 4th Atuma this season, and I've taken this placement before. A couple wars ago, so I was really, really confident with this fight. And I don't know if you noticed, but I actually made a huge mistake right here. If you didn't see, I forgot to place my pre-fight, which is really, really important. I was rushing to get somewhere, and I was like, oh, hey, my fights are open right now. Perhaps now is the perfect time to take them. And that was a terrible idea because I was rushing, and you saw me rush through that fight and forget to place that pre-fight, which could have turned out to be really ugly. If I don't have it, he's gonna shrug off my parries. But the funny thing is, I never once parried in this fight, but I do get hit right there. I don't know what just... Well, I think either I was too slow or the AI just caught on to what I was doing. Basically, like, if you knock him down, you can rush in at him. I practiced this a lot, and apparently that's the first time I got hit by it, so from now on I will probably never do that and try to play it normally. But had I not done that and went for parries, I might have died because
with my third leg.
ideally you don't want to put any debuffs on him or any parry stuns because he just shrugs it off, and that actually allows him to benefit from the node. And yeah, that's pretty much it, and that's the end of this war. But I do have War 4 or 5? War 5 right here. Yeah. This was the second war I played in GOMV. I believe my team was Gallon, Dragon Man and someone else. I'm gonna wait. Was it? Oh, it was Torch again. Okay. This whole season I've been on Path 7, but my first 2 wars, this is my second. I'm doing Path 3. This is I think it was Electric Defense. Basically, if any defenders have an armor up buff, they will start power draining you. If my Gallon was awakened, I would have baited out the heavy when he was in his armor phase, and that would trigger the Electric Defense, and that would actually make me ramp up faster, and I could kill him faster. But since he's not awakened, I kind of just have to do. I have to play Gallon like how you normally play Gallon in any other fight. It's just medium, light medium, heavy, get your planetary mass, and launch SP1. Here I'm playing a little pretty safe here. Still, like, I'm not doing anything risky. My riskiest stuff was probably the war you just saw, War 9. I played super risky, and especially in that Atuma fight. And, ooh, how many times did I just say and? Sorry, I'm not okay right now. Yeah, so I'm baiting out the SP1. I don't really want to bait out the SP2. He goes unblockable, which you can dodge, but I can avoid it if I can by just baiting SP1, so I went ahead and did that and played it safe. It didn't kill him over there because he's rank 3 and not awakened. So the fight took longer than normal, and I didn't play him that well, to be honest. I should have, like... Actually, you know what? A solo's a solo, I don't really care. Next fight is a Ebony Maw on 20. I believe he has Masochism. I can't remember. I know I could just read it right now, but I'm looking at the gameplay. I'm pretty sure I'm like 100% he has Masochism. So with the Nova Flames, it won't trigger at all. Only my parry stuns will. And I'm gonna go skip ahead. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's a pretty standard, boring Torch fight. That's what I feel about some of these champions. Like, they're good, but they're so boring because everyone else uses them, and for a good reason. Like, no one needs to see Torch gameplay in 2023. But yeah, anyways, I just counter his heavy, which is not really necessary at all, since as long as Torch is above 10 heat charges, he won't get faltered. So he absolutely counters that part of Ebony Maw. I just have to hit him, try not to dex too much. He does throw his SP1 again after he... Oh, he nullified my precision. I thought he nullified a Fury from his earlier SP1. I don't even think he did through an SP1 there. But the fight goes down. I know Strike Counter is kind of scary. Yeah, lost a lot of health, but it's okay. I think that's the only time I used Torch for this war. Next up, we got Idoom on 24, I believe. Yeah, it's a Gallon fight. Another easy Gallon fight. I'm skipping it. Okay, the fight is starting. This is completely professional. Anyway, yeah, do your medium, light, medium. Get to 100. Throw the heavy. And I completely dex that. My Sector 9 PTSD kicks in. And I do believe and I'm able to dex all SP1s here. And now I want to throw a heavy. You just don't want to throw heavy when he has that Aura of Iron up. I counterpunch him with that Unstoppable and build up more mass. I'm going to launch the SP1 really soon right there. It takes off. Takes him down to 40%. Dex another SP1. Gonna have to build up my masses again. Right now I'm at 90. And yeah, I basically just throw a heavy. Do I bait out another SP1? I should... Okay. Subdue is really good here. Yeah, I absolutely nullified or prevented his armor buff from triggering, so that's really good. Because if he does, it'll trigger the Aura of Iron when he throws that SP1, but he doesn't, so he goes down. Yes, he does go down. And that's another Gallon fight. To be honest, Gallon's pretty boring. I do want to... I'm thinking if I should put a generic gem in him, because it will make certain fights faster, like if he gets power drained. And I want to rank 4 him because of how much I do use him. But yeah, he's a very useful champion. I don't know if I want to make a full-blown video for him, just for him. I did want him mainly just for Airwalker. He does have one of the best Airwalker synergies that basically allows him to place like 4 armor breaks when he throws a special when he's unblockable. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. This is Dragon Man versus Path 3 Section 2 Null, or sorry, Scroll, Super Scroll. Jesus Christ. This is actually a peculiar matchup. I approached this fight like how I fought the Nimrod in War 3. What was that, War 4? No, that was War 4. And that was basically just throw your specials and hit him in the corner for the burst corner damage. But here, he has so many armor, it keeps glancing all my attacks, and it prevents me from placing that Fate Seal from Subdue, which was really annoying. My plan was to throw some SP3s to gain 3 power charges, and basically spam SP1 since Super Scroll's Incinerate immune. I didn't think SP2s were that good of an idea because I thought I might lose out on some damage, but looking back at this, SP3 and then spam SP2 was the way to go because there's a lot of hits on the SP2 and it increases the chance to... I wonder if I know what I'm talking about, but it feels like it increases the chance of placing the Fate Seal, which is supposed to be a guaranteed chance, but due to the glancing, it prevents me from triggering that Fate Seal, which I really need. So I don't know if this is exactly a good assignment. It's absolutely doable. I mean, I did end up doing it, but the fight got really long, and as the fight prolonged, I got sloppier and sloppier. Yeah, right there, I finally got the Fate Seal, and I'm able to actually finally do some damage here. I do mistime my SP1s there with the Falter. Here I went for I tried to hit his block, but he dashed at me, but in return I would have intercepted him. But it triggered that dumb Falter buff he has. Yeah, so I'm basically just throwing all my SP2s here. I got clipped by the SP1 there. I'm starting to get a little sloppy. I lose the Fate Seal and the neutralized thing. And he starts gaining armor buffs again and starts glancing all my attacks, which is really annoying. I think I get hit a bunch of times very soon. I think that's after I faltered another SP1. Dragon Man's SP1 lasts pretty long, so, and I would miscalculate it with the timing of the falter. There you can see I'm throwing the SP2, and none of my hits are Fate Sealing him, but I do get one. Oh, finally I Fate Sealed him, but I missed that final hit of the SP1, and I got clipped right there. Fortunately, Super Scroll sucks, and he hits like an absolute muppet. It's like he has his own glancing buff of his own. It's like I'm placing a glancing on him. That's how much he sucks, but it's okay. I'll take it because I don't die. And just about now, I'm getting pretty close to an SP3. The SP2 is pretty scary because he can go unblockable, and that would mess me up pretty bad. And then finally we have this Nimrod right here. I've taken this fight a lot back in my previous alliance, back in my tier 83 alliance. It's just another standard Gallon fight. The scary thing here is, of course, Counter-Strike block penetration. That can get really scary, and that actually changed my playstyle a little bit. I kept focusing on that. I guess that's a good thing because I don't take a lot of damage at all. I'm trying to play along with Counter-Strike here. And yeah, and I'm triggering the block penetration, but I don't care. He has that 6%. I dash in, throw the unblockable SP1, and sayonara, pendejo. And that's the end of this war. I believe we lost. Yeah, we lost. And that's the end of this video. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.